everywhere. Welcome, live viewers. Welcome, replay viewers, to my broadcast. I'm simulcasting on all of these platforms at once: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Haps, all with the same username, Tiffany TLC Music. Please do consider taking a moment and following me with that username on one or more of those platforms. I especially encourage Twitter. Hello, Sky. So good to see you. How are you doing? Heart right back to you. How's it going? So nice to see you. So yeah, I was just introducing the broadcast. I am a singer-songwriter. My bio is kind of here. I'm a singer-songwriter amongst a number of things I do. Mostly I do modern American folk, but I also do some bluesy songs, mostly acoustic guitar and singing, but I also do some vocal looping. And I try to come on most weekdays between 5:15 and 6 p.m. Pacific time. But often I'm running a little late. I'm doing okay. Hey, Daniel, good to see you. I'm doing pretty well. I've been I had an in-lab sleep study. If you've ever heard of that kind of thing, it was an overnight thing this last weekend, and it really overwhelmed me. And I ended up with a headache that lasted for 2 or 3 days, and I'm now on the second day of no headache. So yay! It's the little things. Aw. That's so sweet, Sky. Aw. I'm always cheerful because I'm so happy. By the time I get on here, this is like my happy spot, my happy time. Yes, there is a fair amount of stuff on my Facebook page, especially my music page, because every broadcast gets shared on there. I hope you're doing well, Daniel. Anybody who's new, if we don't know you, feel free to chime in. Let us know where you're watching from. How you're doing, but you do not have to do that. You can just watch. That's fine. Something else to be aware of: if you are on any platform other than Haps, the only thing I can see of you is whatever you put in the chat here. So whatever you say in your chat, wherever you're watching, will show up here. But if you click like or hearts or something on your platform, I won't see those. The only ones I see that on are Haps, because if I opened up all the platforms, I think my system would crash. So I kind of depend on this chat area, this merge chat area. Please feel free to, if you want to send me an emoticon, you can put it in your chat there, wherever you're watching, and it will end up here. So that's good. I want to, Sky. I am thinking about it. I'm thinking about doing, oh, that's cool, Daniel. I've seen a picture of where you work, remember? But you could also, if you have a new one, feel free to message it to me. But you work at the coolest place, the growing place, the plant place, right? Or you guys grow food, right? Tell me more again. I can't remember. I am hoping to do that. And Sky, one of the ways I'm thinking about getting it to happen is I'm thinking about doing very simple versions of my songs that are just how I do them on here. High quality, recordings of just like I do them on here. And also I don't do this professionally, but I'm sort of a hobbyist dancer as well and choreographer. And I'm thinking about doing some dance pieces with my music, and then just sort of maybe having videos where they intersperse between me singing and dancing. So I'm thinking about doing that. Now that's a long-term project. We're talking over a year, I'm sure. And it's going to start with me trying to make recordings. I'm hoping next year will be a slower year for me and I have more time for things like that. I will. Well, I'll announce it. How about I'll announce it on all of my, it's really sweet. I'll announce it on all of my platform. Well, I'll announce it on Twitter. Are you following me on Twitter, Sky? I do recommend that. That's where that has been the only place I make announcements, like written announcements, other than what I say on here. Thanks for the likes there on Haps, by the way, whoever snuck those on. But I could also try to announce it on Facebook. The thing is, Facebook's posts aren't reliable. Like if you post something on Facebook, people aren't always notified. So I use Twitter for announcements. I know that's okay. How amazing your music is. I thought about getting into TikTok because it's clearly a really popular platform at this point. One thing I don't know though is aren't all the videos super short? So I feel like, they'd be just little snippets of my songs. And is that really enough? I mean, what's the longest TikTok video you can do? Do you know? I thought they had to be super short. This shows you how little I know about TikTok though. It's probably not that way. Anyway, so I'm thinking about doing. Really, you can? Okay, you've given me another to-do item, Sky. That's the only problem. 3 minutes. Oh, that's enough time for some of my songs. Ooh, more things to do. I'm thinking about starting on the music here. I'm just trying to debate on what song to do. I think I might start with A Reason Why. This is a song about having a purpose in life. It is my vocal looping song, the one that I've put out so far. I do have one more that is really just ready to go. I just need to practice it more with my technology. I have no volume. Hold on here. Let me get some volume. Can I get some volume for I have, why can't I hear that? That's so weird. I don't understand. Let me see. Oh, no? That is so strange. Why can't I hear that? Oh, I think it's playing. You know what I think? I think that my iPad is playing on a Bluetooth speaker out in the living room. It is. No, disconnect. Oh, no. So now let's see if I'm going to be able to hear this because I have to set the key for the song. There. Okay, train for the last. Okay, I will do that. Because I wasn't too wedded to the one I had down. We will do that for you, Sky. All right. Ooh, so let's talk about having a purpose in life. It doesn't have to be fancy, but if it is fancy, all the better. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't say that. If it's really exciting to you, all the better. But sometimes just seeing the small beauties in life can be enough of a purpose. Your family can be enough of a purpose, but it does help, I think, to have something like a career aspiration or something you really want to contribute to the world, something that really gets you excited, because that can kind of make all the problems seem small. You're welcome. All right, let's do it. Let's do that song. Oh, let me get the song up. Here we go. Now you know how it goes. I have to focus a lot on this. But then I can check comments at the end of it. But don't worry, I'll be able to scroll back through them. Ooh, 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 Here we go. Here we go. Thanks, Mama. Survivors know well when you're going through hell, you need a reason why. Yeah, to reach the other side might not be enough when the going gets really tough, but to even try, yeah, you need a reason why. Yeah, you need a reason why. At times just to survive, but suddenly to thrive. So try to find a reason why. Yeah, you need a purpose in life if you really want to fly. But even just to get by, so try to find a reason why. Could be one or two, could be three or four, could be even more. Whatever lights your life, one might be your family, a hope for humanity, a career or hobby, or just the little joys in life you see. But you need a reason why. At times just to survive, but suddenly to thrive. So try to find a reason why. Yeah, you need a purpose in life if you really want to fly. But even just to get by, so try to find a reason why. The best reasons why. Sweep you off your feet, and if you hold on tightly, they crowd out anxiety. They fill you with positivity, are nearly irresistible, so fulfilling and meaningful. They make problems seem small, so you need a reason why. Yeah, at times just to survive. Yeah, but suddenly to thrive. So try to find a reason why. Yeah, you need a purpose in life if you really want to fly. But even just to get by, so try to find a reason why. You need a reason why. At times just to survive, but suddenly to thrive. So try to find a reason why. Yeah, you need a purpose in life if you really want to fly. But even just to get by, so try to find a reason why. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, a reason why, a purpose. It doesn't have to, like I said, it doesn't have to be fancy. It could be multiple purposes cobbled together. But thank you so much, Sky. But this was inspired by a book called Man's Search for Meaning by Dr. Viktor Frankl. If you choose to read it, be prepared. It is not a light read. It's about a guy who survived the Holocaust. He was a psychologist, and as he entered Auschwitz, I believe, his manuscript was taken. He was like ready to publish this like lifelong work. And as I understand the story, he wrote the book, rewrote it basically in his head so that he could retain it for after the war was over. And that was one of his many purposes because he had lost his whole family. And so, if he can do that under those kinds of circumstances, then that gives me hope that I can find one or more things to keep me going, to make life really not just spectacular, but even just worth living at all, like even just to make it through the hard times. Thank you. How many songs do I have? I think I have 22, but now I have 23, but I haven't performed the 23rd one yet because I still need to practice it more on my technology. It's another vocal looping song. Yeah, Daniel, you remember. But the vocal looping song, I can give you a little sneak peek on it without doing the technology, but it's kind of going to be a bluesy song. It's about judgment and trying to be judgment free, and how I both about myself and other people. And the chorus is, Or actually, that's not the chorus. Like the first verse in the chorus is, "If I judge you, then." First of all, it's gonna have trumpets in the background, looping choral trumpets. And drums. You know, it's not too bad, Daniel. It's only 79. Well, it's 73 right now, but this is the first time it's been in the 70s. For us, that's cool for October. Can't believe I'm saying that, but it's true. And then it's going to go, the first verse and chorus is, if I judge you, then I judge me. Is all one way or the other, you see. If I am in a judging mode, I judge everyone wherever I go. I'm not going with bad. I'm not going with good. No right or wrong. No shame or shoulds. Not gonna judge or blame. You and me, no way. Just doing win-win with empathy. Bum, 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 bum. And then there's like this segment that's gonna repeat every couple verses. I won't tell you that part. Well, no. That's just a little sneak peek. I do, Sky. I am super organized. That's kind of the way I make it through life. This is my song list. Let's see if you can see it. And you see the table, like all the little marks. So this is the list of songs right here. Oh, no, right here. But over here, I put down like, God, I can't even get it on the screen. I put down the date, and then I'll put down, like, if I think I'm going to sing it that day, I'll put a little asterisk by it in pencil. But then at the end of the day, I'll put down that I sang it and what, if it was like song number 1, song number 2, song number 3, whatever. And that way I can, every time I kind of plan what I'm going to sing, that's okay. I know. You know what I should do is, I know like on Twitch, you can actually publish a song list. That would be a valuable thing. I'm not sure the best way to do that because I don't have many people on Twitch per se. But yeah, so that's hard to remember what to even ask for. But yeah, I'll work on a solution to that at some point. I have such a long music to-do list. Oh my God. But anyway, that way I can, when I plan what I'm going to sing for that day, I can look back and see like, wow, I just sang that 3 days in a row, or, oh, wow, I haven't sung that in a month, you know? So I kind of try to not sing the same songs over and over. It's hard to not to, because I have favorites, but it gets just too repetitive if I do that. So that's the dealio. So let's see. So we did, wow, we've only done one song. Wow. And it's already almost 6. But thankfully the train one's short, but I'll save that for last. And I'm thinking I'm going to do, yeah, if you write down maybe your favorite ones, if you hear me sing something, put it in a phone note maybe. Hey, you're not alone, Sky. A lot of people like that song. It's cute because it's my only kid's song. No, you're not alone in that. You're not alone in that. A lot of people ask for that song. That's actually that's probably my most popular song, amazingly. It's cute. It's a cute little kids, peppy, fun kid song. But we're all kids at some level, right? So I don't know. I was thinking, actually, I'm going to do train said that. So thinking you always knew an income inequality is what I was thinking. But I could also do, maybe I could do everybody. Just thinking about whether I want to do income inequality. Yeah, I guess I will. Unless there's an objection, I'll do income inequality because it has been a while since I've done that one. This is a song about one of the problems in our world. Oh, you're saying I've got to love all the songs I do. Aw. Thanks, Daniel. That's sweet. I do like all of them, but some of them, I guess maybe sometimes I'm just in the mood. Like I do write songs to give myself advice and to help myself get through life. That's sweet, Sky. Um, and sometimes I really need that advice. Like sometimes there are some songs where I could use the advice every day. Or like sometimes I get stressed multiple days in a row and I just want to sing I'm So Done every day. So, but this is a song about a world problem that sometimes I think people who are well off or middle of the road don't realize that they're suffering from too. But all the data out there suggests that we all suffer from income inequality. All of us suffer in our mental health, our physical health, when we're in a society that has a great deal of income inequality. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. But oops, that's kind of what the song's about. What's happening? Kind of medieval type song. Income inequality, full of corrosivity, resentment building sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality, from income inequality. We must break free. The irony that's plain to see in studies of the rich countries is that income equality helps even the most wealthy with better public health from A to Z. For income equality can set us all free. From income inequality, full of corrosivity, resentment building sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality. From income inequality, we must break free. Hi, Carrie! By nearly every measure we can read, from trust to obesity, mental health to life expectancy, all are better off we see, even the most wealthy. For income equality can set us all free. From income inequality, full of corrosivity, resentment building sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality. From income inequality, we must break free. And with research we can see, without financial worry, people volunteer freely, create higher quality with greater ingenuity. For income equality can set us all free. That would be cool, Sky. From income inequality, full of corrosivity, resentment building sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality. From income inequality, we must break free. But then we would be surprised to see better fruit from an apple tree growing in the shade, punished so it will obey. People are the same, we know today. For income equality can set us all free. From income inequality, full of corrosivity, resentment building sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality. From income inequality, we must break free. It's not about what he deserves, there's a reason for every single swirl. When people falter, every needs a solution is recovery. Hell to be all we can be, for income equality can set us all free from income inequality, full of corrosivity, resentment bending sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality. From income inequality, we must break free. Just imagine the possibilities with innovation flowing freely on without the massive waste we see from tracking time and money and punishing those in need. For income equality can set us all free. For those curious, that last verse is kind of alluding to my ideal substitute for income inequality, which is the elimination of income altogether. A resource-based economy is an amazing model, kind of like Star Trek. Money is a thing of the past. All our needs are met as a matter of default. And from there, people basically get to produce and volunteer for different things as they're excited and energized to do so. And there's such, in the future, the RBE sort of depends on an automation to some extent of the most mundane work. But I do think some of that could be shared if it's not fully automated. You can search resource-based economy. You can also search natural law resource-based economy. Just an interesting idea. I would settle for a basic income, which is probably all we're going to get in the near term. But that's sort of the pie in the sky vision that I've been excited about. Let me look at the comments here. That would be so cool. I am. Yes. Daniel, you've got it all down. I don't even need to say. Here, look at this is my blurb here. I'll put this as a good excuse. It's like a lead-in line. That's a lead-in question, Sky. You've given me the perfect excuse to post my little blurb here. This is my dealio. Modern American folk, some blues, and you see there at the bottom, I broadcast most weekdays sometime between 5:15 and 6 p.m. Pacific time. However, I'm often late, but not like way out. Like I'm not usually going on past 6:30, and I'm aspiring to move it up. I'm always trying to move it up. I'd like to be done by 6 and start a little earlier than I have been. That's my long-term goal. But yeah, and actually I do ask everyone if you can think, hi, Terry. Oh, it's just, we're having a party here. Good to see you. Terry is a radiologist. Are you a radiologist nurse or radiologist? I just realized I thought you were a nurse, and I know you're in radiology, but maybe you're not. But I think you are. In any event, good to have you, Terry. I hope the hospital is not crazy today. I think the numbers are slowly but surely going down still on COVID. I do want to ask everyone, because it's not so easy to share as it used to be on Periscope, if you would consider sharing. And also any ideas you have for promoting the broadcast. Because I love having you. This right here is a lovely amount of people just to like connect with and stuff. And the more regulars that I have, the more often there'll be like a nice little group like this. And without people, having to come on every single time. It's going down, yay. So any ideas for, I guess my 2 requests are, 1, if you would consider sharing on the platform you're on, sharing the broadcast, that would be awesome. And 2, if you have any other promotional ideas for me. Sky mentioned the idea of doing TikTok videos. Oh, you're awesome. You're awesome, Sky. Thank you. Thanks for doing that. You guys probably already I know Carrie does that all the time. Some people are in the habit of it, but it's hard because I can't see you doing it and say, thanks for sharing on Periscope. I used to be able to see that and I would say, thanks for sharing. You're so sweet. Thank you. That's really sweet. And I like Carrie Sky had the idea of doing a TikTok video. I guess the videos are now allowing them, you can do them up to 3 minutes now. So that's cool. What? What's wrong going on in the UK, Daniel? 45 people died? Oh, you mean COVID numbers? I know the cases in the US are still well over 100,000 a day. New cases, I think it is. And Dr. Fauci says we need to get down to 10,000 or less a day before we're anywhere near herd immunity. Please, I always put the plug out. Please get vaccinated if you're not already. There are a lot of myths out there. I recommend searching if you have some concern, you search the concern and type myth and see if you can find a medical website that will talk about that, whatever it is. Because there's a lot of misinformation going on out there. And the truth is the best thing you can do in most cases, I mean, of course, talk to your doctor, but is get vaccinated. So that's my little plug. Got a platform, got to use it for the sake of the health of all of us. Hi, Willie. This is so fun. So good to see you all. This is lovely. Terry, Carrie, Sky, Daniel, Willie, others, thank you for being here. So I'm thinking about we had a request for the train song brought to us by Sky, and I know that's a popular choice anyway. I'm thinking about just doing You Always Knew and then the train song. How about that? So what we did already is a reason why. So if you want to check the replay or whatever, that just to let you know, that's what we did so far. We did that and income inequality. And now You Always Knew is my one and only happy love song. I do have a kind of a more sad, melancholy love loss song, but this is my happy love song with a really great story that, by the way, doesn't tell the whole story. The whole story was too long. The parts I had to leave out are also great. So if you haven't heard it yet, you can ask me. But I think most of you all probably have, but I'm not sure. So yeah, thankfully this is still a true story. Oh, fun. That's probably the safest way to experience the fair, Willie. Only in Arizona could you guys be you're having a state fair in Arizona right now in October? I live in a place similar to you, so I could see that here. Although our state fair, I think, was a little July, maybe? Or maybe I'm not sure it happened this year. Oh, no, it did. I can't remember. It was canceled last year. Each night as we fall asleep, our kids snuggled up to us tight. You're holding my hand, I love you's all around, and sweet, sweet good nights. I'm always shocked every night inside. I gasp to think that love I feel, the family we made, it didn't come to pass. With all that I am and all that I have, I honor you. I'm filled with awe and gratitude that you always knew, you always knew. It was door to door, the Sierra Club, my summer child. You opened the door, smiled down at me, a white marble Greek god. I had another guy, law school coming, I was moving away. But when you asked me out, looked at me that way, yes, I had to say. With all that I am and all that I have, I honor you. Filled with awe and gratitude that you always knew, you always knew. Our first date ended, and with it came our first goodbye. But the hug we shared before you left, you did not tell a lie. I had told you my Santa Barbara guy had bought me tickets to fly, but you called me up at work to refund his money. Said you had to try. With all that I have and all that I have, I honor you. I'm filled with awe and gratitude that you always knew, you always knew. Months went by, I left my other guy. You found me, we started a fling. But I still didn't know the way you did that this would be the thing. You moved for work, but every Friday night you flew to me. You called me up, you cared for me, yeah, you slowly helped me see. With all that I have and all that I have, I honor you. I'm filled with awe and gratitude that you always knew, you always knew. No worries, guys. Sorry that's happening. That's a drag. I hate that. Yesterday, the anniversary of our 10th year. Another blessed day, another blessed night with you right here. You're my best friend, lover of my dreams, such care you take of me, dear. And if I close my eyes, our handwritten vows, I can still hear. We said, with all that I have and all that I have, I honor you. Filled with awe and gratitude that you always knew, you always knew, you always knew, you always knew, you always knew. Thanks for listening to that. My happy love song. Let's really think about each verse. And this guy, seriously, this guy I married, he really was and is all that. He just kept persisting and through some pretty hard barriers. We lived like 8 hours away. He had to move for work. 10 hours away, maybe. And he literally flew to see me every weekend. And he would call me, and this was back in the day where your phone bills were by the minute, and he sometimes had $800 phone bills. And just, I was slow in I was very distracted, to be fair. I was in law school. I was very overwhelmed and just like completely absorbed. And he was so patient. And eventually I was like, how can you even not be like, this is great. Like, this is the guy. I eventually came around to be like, wow, okay, ready to settle in. It doesn't, you sometimes somebody comes along who's just so like so committed, and how can you say no to that? Not that there was anything serious that was even like objectionable. It was just, that whole thing. I was like, oh, it's hard to settle in because, well, is it the right person? You never really quite know. And so, but I agonized far longer than was warranted. It's been a fabulous 20. Oh, let's see. So 20, almost, well, it's been 23 years. 21, 22, 23, 23 years. Oh, thanks, Sky. Where do you live? Maybe someday I will meet you in person. I have a thought that someday I will meet some of the people on here in person. Some places I'm more likely to go than others, Like there's a guy in England, and our family is going to try to be going to Europe in the next couple of years. So I'm hoping to meet him. But where do you live? I mean, approximately. You're in Scotland. Oh, you've told me this before. Well, hey, I think we're going to go to England and Germany are the two countries we've agreed on. I believe, no, I didn't go to Scotland. I don't think I went to Scotland. I went to Europe when I was like 14. I saved money and I went with a group of high school students and we bicycled across Europe. 6 countries in 6 weeks. Oh, Terry, how did I not think to ask you about that? I'm sorry, I can't believe it. I don't know if you all have heard about the hideous oil spill in Huntington Beach. My heart breaks open for it because I go there. We go there multiple times a year. I'm so sad, so just torn up about it. I cannot tell you how awful that is. Yeah, I do. I write in that, as I think that was some typos in there. But anyway, I'm so sad. I'm so sad about it. It's got to be even worse. It's bad enough that it's a place that we like to go to several times a year. You live in Ipswich. Where Ipswich? Where is Ipswich again? That's such an interesting name. But yeah, it's a horrible oil spill. And it's just so, it was caused by we think yes, maybe we should. That would be so cool. And I know my guys, my boys, my sons have, because we're talking a family trip. They have people they've met online from all over the world. We'll try to build some of that in. That'd be so cool. It's near London. So you guys, I'm so sad that the time zone is so horrible. So it must be so late there or so early in the morning there, right? What time is it there right now? Ugh, that's awful. But yes, this horrible oil spill, an anchor, we think, was in the wrong spot. And I think it was a 13-inch gash in a pipeline. I can't believe something that small and that possible could be responsible for so much damage, and that it doesn't happen all the time. 2:30 a.m. Oh, you guys, 2:20, you both said the same thing. You guys are the best fans ever. Thanks for being up at 2:20 a.m. to hang out with me. I'm very touched. I hope it's not because you're having trouble sleeping. But let's do a train. Hopefully this won't pep you guys up too much. That's really sweet. I'm really sorry that my our time zones are so incompatible. It's horrible. If it worked for me, I would come on earlier, but it just doesn't. I can barely get on when I say I'm going to get on at 5. I tried for a while, but it's just hopeless. Plus, there aren't as many people on early to watch, Anyway, let's do train. Let you guys get some shut-eye. You do. Yeah, it's funny because I've given a lot of people advice about sleeping because I used to have insomnia. And I can share with you, all aboard to the sleep train. I can share that with you, although I risk having you not come on again because you'll start getting good sleep. But hot bath before bed. I'm going to give it to you anyway because I care about you more than me in terms of attendance or something. But like hot bath raises your core temperature. Well, your core temperature raises up and then drops as you get out of the bath, which is just what happens when you go to sleep. Your core temperature drops. No working out a couple or 2 or 3 hours before bed, because after workouts, your core temperature goes up, which fights what happens when you sleep. Also, nothing stressful, no mail, no computer, no stressful conversations in the last couple hours before bed. The light slow, doing kind of puttery things, watching TV, watch maybe music, stuff like that. Carrie, all aboard. Oh, with with insomnia? Holy smokes, like officially? Wow. Also, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. That can cause insomnia because it wakes you up in the middle of the night and then it's hard to go back to sleep. That's another thing to look for. All right, here we go. Let's take the train out of here. It's the TLC train. Train, woo, woo, chug it, train, woo, woo, chug it, I see a train, it's going down the tracks. I'm afraid that it won't come back. Train, woo, chug it, train, woo, chug it, It's going farther than my eyes can see. Hey there, train, away from me. Train, chug it, train, chug it. It's no use, it's too far gone. Now I'm just left here singing this song. Train, chug it, train, chug it, train, chug it, train, chug it, The TLC train is taking off just as we're going to sign off. You're welcome. A lot of that advice is not rocket science. It's not, it's not like I came up with it. I just, that's kind of some basic advice that you'll find online, but it really worked for me. It really helped a lot. Not that I've totally put it behind me. The sleep apnea is not cured yet, so that's still a problem, but I no longer have problems falling asleep. My husband says I fall asleep just like that. Because I used to be up hours sometimes, hours looking at the clock, Anyway, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Sky, Terry, Carrie, Daniel, Willie, others. I appreciate you being here so much. Good night. Good night, Sky. Thank you, Terry. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one. I hope to see you when you can again. Thank you. Give a big smooch to that Lily person for me. That's his beautiful granddaughter. There's my little blurb again. What I'm doing here, what the dealio is. Please do consider following, sharing the broadcast, follow any one of these spots, all of these spots, especially Twitter. It's the only place I make announcements. My username, very handily, is the same everywhere. Tiffany TLC Music, all one word. I do mostly modern American folk, but also some blues. Come on most weekdays between 5:15 and 6 p.m. Pacific time, but sometimes later. Take care, everyone. Until next time. TLC to you from me. Bye.